Hey y'all, we're here for Vlogmas. This is our first video for Vlogmas 2024. And excuse this crack lip. Crack is whack. First time trying this lippy. This is not what this video is about. First time trying this lippy. It was free with purchase and that ain't it. And it's sticky on top of that. But what we're here for today, we're going to talk about finances. I'm not doing the intro. If you've been here, you know. But then maybe I should, because some people might be watching me for the first time for Vlogmas. Hello and welcome. My name is Dion. I call this the crazy troll nation of YouTube. The crazy, just knowing it's okay to be your authentic self. The troll part is not caring too much about the beauty community standards because you set the standard for yourself. You hear you must use this brand, this tool, this technique. No, you don't. Go ahead and try all the things. But in the end, do what you like best for you. Use whatever you want to, however you want to get looks that you are satisfied with. The bottom line here, excuse me for that, is self-acceptance and self-love. Embracing your natural features, enhancing them if you want to, when you want to, but never feeling like you have to. Love yourself for who you are and for how you look, even when you're not wearing face paint. 2 things that you need to know about me if this is your first time here. Hello and welcome again. I do curse because I curse. And there's an organism, that lives in my throat that randomly hiccups, gurgles, and belches. This is the crazy troll nation. We do stuff like that. I do always say excuse me unless somebody's in my face because I don't want to be, breathing in their face. So this video is about finances. We're at the beginning of, or maybe the end of Cyber Monday. The day you're seeing this is December 3rd. And I'm filming this December 2nd after my live stream, which was hysterical. If you haven't seen it, watch it. The end, oh my gosh. I'm trying not to laugh now. It was just so hysterical. Oh my gosh. But I needed that laugh because the political climate right now, it ain't good. And so I needed that laugh. So what we're talking about today, excuse me, my nose is running and I'm sweating at the same time. Like, it's just weird. I'm a weird troll. We're talking about finances. If you've been here before, I have talked about finances before. I do a beauty budget update every month. And I talk about ways that help me to track my spending and or to spend less. For December 2nd to January 2nd, I am on a no-buy. So, this brush is in the wrong place. Excuse me. I distract myself unintentionally. My perpetual low-buy is not buying anything that I don't have a code for, a discount code, or a discount link, or a coupon code, or it's a point multiplier event, or something. Basically not paying full price for anything. That's my perpetual low buy. But this month, December 2nd to January 2nd, I am on a no buy. I don't know if I would be successful doing one for an entire year because I feel like that would be putting too much pressure on myself. Now, given with perpetual low buys and no buys, I have done them before, no buys before, excuse me, and it was only purchasing something if I was running out and if it was essential. And usually I keep backups of stuff. So it's very seldom ever like, oh my gosh, I have this much foundation left and I don't have a backup. Like, that seldom happens. And so there is not really a need to purchase essentials because I do have a backup, excuse me, when there's a sale or I have a code or something. That's when I'll get a backup of one of my staple items. And so for finances, managing money for beauty related items, and I have on my paper a step-by-step guide, but we're not doing like a step-by-step guide because what works for me may not work for you. So these are just some things that I'm going to just share with you, and if it fits, it fits. If it sounds like, maybe I'll try that, I am excited for you. If you already have a system in place and it's working for you, just keep on working it. Whatever works for you, just like with makeup, whatever works best for you, that's what you do, right? Yeah. So this journey for me, being a conscientious consumer, was my goal for 2024. So I've been doing this now almost a year. Paying attention to, prices, and using certain brands so often, you start to learn. I distracted myself again. This brush is stained. Let me put that out to be washed again. Sorry. Welcome if you're new here. This is the crazy troll nation for a reason. We know when there's going to be certain sales. We know there's Ulta 21 Days of Beauty twice a year. We know that Sephora has their sale twice a year, even though like 10% and 15%, you can get better than that on a brand's website, because some brand websites do 20%, some do 30%. Pat McGrath website is notorious for 30% off, sometimes 40% off, and then sometimes they have stuff that's, they don't have a clearance page, but some stuff will be half off every now and then. And even at Sephora this time of year, I saw the other day the Pat McGrath, one of the larger motherships, but not the black lacquer motherships, it was $25 on the Sephora website, and I was like, what? And I did purchase it, and I had $15 cash rewards, and so I paid $10 for it. That's the kind of shopping I'm talking about. And today, December 2nd, I saw they sent an email. ABH palette, I forget which one it was, maybe Modern Romance. It was half off, $22.50. And so we know that certain websites have certain sales, and so I don't think, excuse me, unless YouTube is your job, like you are living off your YouTube revenue money, and it's your job to be the first to get stuff, and you pay full price for stuff, it's going to pay for itself, because you're going to get the views, and the views is, you know, your AdSense money, and plus you have, you know, affiliate codes and links and all of that stuff. Unless YouTube is your job, unless YouTube is paying all of your bills, I don't really see a need to get something the day it launches. I have done that in the past, though. I'm not gonna lie, I have. Like before my perpetual low buy days. I don't see a reason to be the first. And I do understand that for some indie brands, there's a list. There's a wait list. Stuff sells out quick. They do a pre-launch, or you have to pre-order. And so it's like, I gotta get it before it's gone because it might not come back. So I do understand that. But when you think about it, and then you look at what you already have, is it really that urgent? Like, is the world going to stop rotating on its axis if you don't get that thing? You know what I'm saying? And so what helps me is, number one, I like to have a curated collection. I don't like to have dupes in my collection. And when I buy something and then I look back over my photo gallery and see other looks that look similar to the new thing, I usually just find a home for it and give it away. I seldom return items. I do try to find a home because I do want stuff to be used, and I don't want to just, and I know some people will just buy stuff, don't like to return it, or they'll buy 3 different foundation shades because they don't know which one will match, and then they'll return the other 2 that didn't match. Like, I don't like to do that. But that's just me, and I'm not knocking it. So I mean, you have to do what you have to do for what works, especially if you can't get to the store to swatch it. But I think about, is this going to dupe something that's already in my collection? My stash, I'll call it, because I don't consider myself a collector. Is this going to dupe something I already have? Can I do similar looks with stuff that I already have? Is this going to add something unique to what I already have? And usually the answer is no. So then I'm like, okay, I'm not going to get it. Once in a while there does come along something. I bought Grunge Life palette from Selim Cosmetics, and it took a while to ship, but it is unique to my collection. And you know, I have a lot of Notoriously Morbid. Half I purchased, at least half was PR. Notoriously Morbid is a different vibe than other stuff that I have. But other than like those 2 brands, excuse me, most new stuff that comes out, I have something similar. Even if I have to go into different palettes, if I want a certain look, I can dupe that look. And so when I'm watching videos of new releases, particularly eyeshadow palettes, and I'm looking at the looks people are doing, I'm like, I could do that with stuff I already have, or something that's really close to it. You know what I mean? And so asking myself those questions helps slow me down from impulse buying. And there are times I do emotionally shop. I'm going through something and I just want to buy something, but I still try to find codes or somebody's link or something. And those times are rare. When I just flat out purchase something full price. I can count on one hand how many times this year I've paid for something full price. And so just slowing yourself down to think, is this going to really add something different to what I already have? That for me is the main question. Is this going to be unique? Those are the main 2 questions. And as far as spending money, so that's the thought process behind spending. Like, do I just want to get everything that's new and shiny? Like, do I need every single palette from this one brand that comes out, even if it's not my color story? And some things I have gotten did surprise me. The golden palette, because that's not my vibe. This is my vibe right here. One of my vibes. And I also like messy grunge and vampy and, you know, goth with a hint of punk when I do like the yellow liner or the green liner, which I have green in my brows today kind of thing. But is it really going to be used is another question, because once you have like so much stuff, are you really going to use everything in rotation? Are you going to have or end up with palettes that you use once and you haven't touched it for like 7 months because you're using other stuff because you have such a huge stash of stuff? So those are the important questions, and I do want my stuff to be used, which is why I try to keep a curated collection. As far as eyeshadow palettes, my sweet spot is around 60-65 palettes, and I'm over that now, and I don't like this feeling because I'm like, I need to just get rid of some stuff, and then I bought more. So and that box right there is my trash or treasure, like stuff to go through to see if I'm going to actually keep it, like using stuff again that I was unsure about to see if I'm going to use it or not. But so it is a daily struggle, especially with all these sales coming up. Oh, new shiny, let me get this. Oh, let me get this, let me get that. But we know there's always more sales coming. And also, I don't see it so much in the beauty community. I see it a lot in just regular retail, for clothing, linen, stuff like that. They'll raise the prices and then have a sale. That's not a sale. So just kind of be hip to that, you know, before the major shopping seasons. Just keep your eye on prices, because all companies, all stores at some point has a sale, and we know that they do. And so just hold out and just wait. And if you see a sale throughout the year, then yeah, go ahead and get it. But try not to be in the mindset of, oh, it's a sale, I'm gonna get it. And really the price is what it was before. They just raised the price and put it on sale, and the sale price is what the price was before they raised the price and put it on sale. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing that they do, and it's real. And I noticed that when I was in like my early 30s. I'm like, these pair of jeans at the Gap are usually like $60, and now they're on sale for $55, and it says the full price was $80. No, it wasn't. So instead of $60, I'm spending $55, and they're saying it's a sale. I know, I'll just wait for a coupon. And this was like 20 years ago when I shopped at the Gap, but I would just wait for a coupon. $10 off, $15 off coupon, that's when I would go buy my jeans. And so there's always a way, usually there's a way to get what it is that you want on a legitimate discount and not raise the price and then have a sale. You know what I'm saying? And so what has helped me was designating one of my least used bank accounts as my beauty budget account. And a certain amount of money goes into that account every month, and that's all I have to shop with. And if I don't have enough to get what I want, then I don't. And the money stays in there because it is a regular bank account, and so it'll just be there, and a certain amount gets put in every month, and that's it. So it helps me track my spending using my bank account as a beauty budget. Not my primary one for rent, bills, and stuff, but it's the completely separate account that I had that was not being used much, and I said, I'm gonna use that for my beauty budget. Everything that goes in is for beauty related stuff, and everything that comes out is beauty related stuff. So like my YouTube money goes in there. If I sell something on Mercari, which is makeup stuff, that goes in there. Affiliate money that I get from people using my links, by the way, there's a ton down below in the description box, and they're always there. So if you do shop regularly or at certain stores, just check and see if I have a link for it, and feel free to save it, share it, use it, all that stuff. So that money goes into my beauty budget as well. And so, and other little side stuff, how money trickles in every now and then, you know, I'll take a small percentage and put in my beauty budget. And so what's in there is what's in there. And it helps too that when I shop, you know, I use my debit card for that account. So it's coming straight out of the account. It's not a credit card, so there's no interest rates. You know what I'm saying? And so if you can designate just a bank account for your beauty budget, that'll help you track it. And also, I say quite often when I talk about money in videos and my beauty budget updates, this is something that when I said it to somebody, they were like, wow, like that really makes sense. And it was something they hadn't thought of. And what I say is, if you use a credit card to buy something on sale, like say it's 20% off, and you purchase it using a credit card, and you don't pay off that balance, and your credit card interest is 17%, are you really getting 20% off that sale item? you're not. I do know some people who are good about using a credit card and paying it off every month. If you can do that, go ahead and use that credit card, earn your points, earn your rewards and stuff like that. But otherwise, if you carry a balance, buying something on sale, you are not getting that sale price, because how many billing cycles is it going to take to pay it off on top of other stuff that's already included in your credit card balance? And so I really want you to think about that, because I do know a lot of people, oh, it's on sale, and they just pull out that credit card and they're buying all this stuff. And I'm like, you done paid 3 times what that thing is worth by the time you pay it off. You know what I mean? And so really consider that. And if possible, just either, well, when I say cash, if possible, use cash. And by cash, I mean your bank account debit card, because it's coming out as cash. You know what I mean? And so that is what I do recommend. And I do know a few people who do only just use, you know, their debit card. And it's a wonderful feeling, because if it's 20% off, I'm getting that 20% off. And if I go through Rakuten, I'm getting a percentage cash back off my purchases. And yes, I have referral link for Rakuten down below as well. So if it's something you're already going to buy, just go through Rakuten and get their percentage off. And I have noticed around this time of year, the other day, the percentages off changes per day, it seems like. And I don't check it every day, so I don't know. But when I'm on there, like, it's always different than before usually. Ulta usually will be 2%, and it might be 4% for Ulta brand stuff. Other stuff might be 2%. The other day, last week, the other day last week, today is Monday, they were doing 12% cash back. And I forget what other website I was on. They were doing like 15% cash back. So around high shopping seasons, the percentage back goes up, and I think it's because they're counting on people buying more stuff. You know what I mean? And so you can get the Rakuten app on your phone, and on your laptop or tablet, you can download the extension. So when you go to a website, it'll pop up, do you want to activate Rakuten 4% cash back or whatever, and you can say yes or no. And so I do tend to just use my desktop, well, my laptop, because sometimes on my phone I'll forget and just go to Ulta or Sephora, and then I'm like, wait a minute, let me exit out, go to Rakuten and get to Ulta, Sephora, or whatever store. They have Macy's in there, they have the Gap, they have so many stores in there, Bath and Body Works. Any store you can think of almost is in Rakuten. You can just search for it in the search bar. And so that's a good way to just get a few cents back on stuff you're going to buy anyway. You know what I'm saying? So that's something I just wanted to mention too. We talked about comparing prices. Gift cards. Some places have gift cards on sale. Even though Penzies is not beauty related, they're not. Every now and then they have a $50 gift card that costs $35. Or you can purchase 2 $25 gift cards for $35. So that means you can spend $50 on product, but you only spent $35 for that gift card. And other companies do it too. I believe Beautylish does it, where if you purchase a certain amount, you'll get an e-gift card for a future purchase. And in a way, I feel some kind of way about that, but then the way I don't, because if it's a website you shop at a lot, and you know you're still going to buy something later on, then yes, that's a good deal. But for me, I don't shop Beautylish, and so for me to take advantage of their, gift card deal, it wouldn't work for me, because I would just buy that one time and I wouldn't buy again for like another year or two. You know what I mean? And so, but if it's a website you shop at a lot, you take advantage of their gift card events. For Ulta, their point multiplier events and their coupons that they always have. Save up your points, for big ticket purchases. And if you're in a program that offers rewards points or points you can redeem for gift cards, just let it build up. Just let it build up. I am a part of Ulta's beauty board thing. And right now I just found out today that now I have $50 in there. No, $55 in there. And I'm going to just keep it in there. And I think I'm going to keep it until it's like $100, maybe more, and then redeem it for the $100. And so that's the thing too. If you're earning points or rewards, just hold on to them. And for Ulta, I like that you can stack their offers and also still use your points. Unlike stingy Sephora, you can... When they have their sales, you can't use your points. And you can only use your cash rewards points if you use your credit card. So again, unless you're going to pay it off at the end of the month, don't do it. And also with your points at Sephora, they try to say, oh, you've earned $10 off. Redeem 500 points. Don't do that. Don't do that. Do not do that. They're trying to get you to think you're getting something, and you're really not, because $500 you can redeem, 500 points you can redeem for $10. If you have 2,500 points, you can redeem that for 100. So you get double. So if you have 2,500 points, if you break that down, 500 a piece, 500, a grand, 1,500, 2,000, 2,500. If you cash out at 500 points, that's $10. If you wait till you have 2,500, that's $20. You see what I'm saying? And so I think a lot of people don't think of that, because I hear, oh, wow, you know, I redeemed 500 points for $10. And I'm like, if you would have waited, you would have had $100. And that 10 would have been 20. Like when you add it all up together. And so if you have points at Sephora, just accumulate it. And also, I think it's only Tuesdays and Thursdays when you can put in to redeem those points if it's in the reward store. So you kind of have to catch it when it's there. Sephora is so stingy, y'all. And there's no exchanges or returns when you do use your gift card. And you have to use it all in one purchase. Whereas like Ulta, you can use your gift card whenever. You don't have to use the full amount at one time. And as I said earlier, you can stack your offers. And so just kind of think of all these things when they say, oh, it's a sale, or you can do this or do that. Look at the fine print. I learned that the hard way with Sephora. I didn't spend the 100. I spent like 60 something. And I even went into the store and I'm like, where's my other points at? They were like, well, it says in the fine print. And I did, and I skimmed the fine print, so that was on me. So I lost out on $40 because I didn't read the fine print. You have to use it in one purchase. And so just pay attention to the fine print. Really think about, is this really a deal? Is this really a sell? Redeeming 500 points for $10? Save your points at Sephora till you get to 2,500 or more. And also, those rewards points, once you redeem them, they expire in like, I think 90 days or something like that. Whereas with Ulta, if you get a gift card, it doesn't expire. Like, so Sephora is just so, they're stingy. So yeah, read the fine print, save up your points, and just strive to be a more conscientious consumer. And I know there's this thing, I don't know if it's as much of a thing as it was years ago, clean beauty. There's no definition of what makes something a clean product. And so that's my issue with that. There's no definition of what makes something a clean product, but you'll have these brands saying, you know, clean products, clean this and clean that, and, you know, no preservatives are in it. And that stuff will go bad in like 4 to 6 months. If you look at the PAO, which is the period after opening, which is how long the product should be good for after you open it, it might be 3 to 6 months. Give me the stuff with preservatives that the PAO is like 12 months or 24 months, because I want to use stuff as long as possible. And I think some brands do that intentionally, doing clean products, because you're going to have to buy it more frequently because it turns so fast. You know what I'm saying? So think about that too. And again, there's no definition for what makes a product clean or not. And having not this or that or this or that, somebody made that up. Like there is no there is no standard definition for what makes something a clean product. Think about that. Because I know people that are like, oh, I only use clean stuff. Do you even know what that means? Oh, because they said, oh, okay, they're getting your money. That's what they're doing. And it's a business. And so they're going to get their money from somebody somewhere. And so I think that's most of, what I wanted to talk about. So just to recap really quick, try to have a separate account, a bank account for your beauty budget, and just allot a certain amount of money to go in every month. And what's there is there, you have to spend. And when it's not there, it's not there. And to buy gift cards when they're on sale, either for yourself and or for gifts. Because you'll save money if the gift cards are on sale, because you'll get to spend more than you'll get to buy product worth more than what you spent to get the gift card. Compare prices, look at different brands. If you see something on Sephora, look on the brand's the brand's website and see if they're having a sale. Most brands do have sales. Who am I? I'm thinking of House Labs. I'm thinking of Hourglass. They have 20% off. I wish House Labs would go to Ulta. But for 20%, you know, I can do the Sephora Rouge sale or just buy it through the brand's website. And I will say this about Natasha's website. She does have a pretty decent rewards program. And so I do like that. And that, your rewards convert into cash. And so we do want cash, right? And so you can get cash off of purchases depending on how many points you have. And they don't expire either. They just sit in your account until you use them. Sigma's always having sales. And so that's another thing. And if you want to, it can be overwhelming sometimes, especially at a high shopping season. A lot of brands, you know, you sign up for their newsletter or whatever, and like every other day, sometimes 2 or 3 times a day, you're getting an email from the same brand because they're running all these sales, and they're like, hey, did you forget? And I was saying in the live stream tonight, God forbid you click on something to see the details, because then you'll get an email from that brand saying, hey, did you have your eye on this? You know, this is on sale. And it's just like, I can't even just click for information without being bombarded by more emails. And I do know some people who do unsubscribe from brand websites at peak shopping seasons because it's just too much. I mean, even for me, it's like my inbox will just be so cluttered, and I can easily delete like 10 messages at any time because it's all sell stuff that they had sent the email about yesterday and the day before that and the day before that. So compare your prices, buy gift cards for gifts for yourself or for others to use for later. Save your points at Sephora, save up your points at Ulta. If you do shop with credit cards, pay it off at the end of the month. Otherwise, you are not getting that sale price because you have an interest on your credit card. And if you don't have an interest on your credit card, take your time and pay it because you're not losing out any money. But if you have an interest rate and you run a balance, you're not getting that discount on that item. And please let that sink in. And point multiplier events. Ulta is good for those. And I love Ulta's reward system. It's my favorite reward system. So that is it for this video, I think. Let me know down below, what are some things, because this is to help each other out so that people aren't just hearing me. They're hearing my thoughts, and then hopefully they're reading your comments. And so leave comments below on what helps you to track your spending, what helps you be more conscientious about your consumption, what helps slow you down from impulse buys. What are some strategies or tips you have for getting the most out of your money when people are shopping, when you're shopping? So leave, comments like that below or any other comment. But I really just want to hone in on how to spend wisely. And just because something is on sale doesn't mean it's on sale for you. Just because it's on sale doesn't mean you have to have it. But I do know people who are like, oh my gosh, I would have never thought to buy that, but it's on sale, so I'm going to get it. And I'm like, okay. But yeah, so that's going to be it for this video. And let me know if this was helpful to you. And do please leave your comments below and your thoughts down below. And, as you're listening to me speak, scroll through the comments and see what other viewers are saying. And if you're not subscribed, I would love to have you do that. And I do also have a channel membership, $2.99 a month. You can cancel at any time. My current members, they like the perks, and I like the perks too. And I did do a post asking what other perk, if you're not a member, what perks would entice you to become a member? And again, it's only $2.99 a month. You can cancel at any time. But if that, sounds good to you, I would love to have you become an official Troll Ken. And always a lot of links down below. But please do leave your comments. Let's spend our money wisely. We know the economy is changing right now. And our financial future as a country, it's up in the air because of the tariff wars and all of that craziness that's trying to happen. But we'll see what's going to happen. And so it's going to be more critical. If those things go through, it's going to be more critical for us to be more aware of what we're spending and where our money's going. And for those of us here in the beauty community, we love us some makeup and brushes. I'm looking at all my brushes now and other stuff that I have. And, you know, we want stuff. So let's work together, learn from each other, share our tips, our tricks, our thoughts, so that we can help each other be a more conscientious consumer, to stretch our dollars and to make what we buy actually mean something, and not just, oh yeah, I got another green palette and now you got like 6 green palettes. Like, why? Let me know if this was helpful. Thank you for being here. Stuff is popping up over here for you to watch, and you will see me soon. As always, self-acceptance, self-love, that is the Crazy Troll Nation way. I'll be back soon.